All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to RPG Limit Break. Coming up next, we have yet another Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament race, and boy, is this one a special one. Good evening, everybody. I am Z-Man050778, and joining me in the commentary booth tonight is the Hangry Canuck. Hangry, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm hangry for some Dragon Warrior action.
Indeed, we are, and tonight, I have 2 minutes maybe. We have NESCardinality versus Thilotilo. This is gonna be a good one. I'm thinking most everybody here knows NESCardinality, one of the best Dragon Warrior runners out there. But Thilotilo isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination on his own. In fact, he's pretty darn good. So this should be a really good race. What do you think? What do you think, Angry?
Yeah, both of these players, I watched both NESCard and Thilotilo. I've watched them practice and do runs, and they're really, really, really good runners. I mean, they both know what they're doing. They do map layouts. So this is going to be very, very interesting. I think in the end, this one's coming down to skill, not RNG.
Yeah, this one's going to come down to a bunch of little things. I think one of the things that to pay attention to here is going to probably be menuing. There are certainly ways that you can save menu time, and I think both of these runners know every little tip and trick to kind of maximize their time. So that's going to be really interesting to see. So really what's going to come down to is who finds what first, and how bad is the seed going to be. We can already see we're starting with 6 strength. Kind of a little on the meager side.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be... unless there's some good gold in the first couple of chests, it's going to be hard for them to maybe get a level or two unless they hit a red slime or something, because with 6 attack power, you're probably not taking out ghosts or magicians this early in the game.
No, and even Drakies are, 50% to hit at this particular strength level. So this is not a fun place to be, especially with no spells. So now, maybe there's gold in the treasury. Maybe we get a free key that leads to some gold. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
They do have quite a bit of MP, though, so if they do pick up an early hurt more or something like that, this really could turn this into a slog to a jet.
Now, or even just an early hurt, because hurt can help you, get level 3, 4, 5, 6, the earlier levels nice and quick, hopefully. All right, here we go. Let's see what we... All right, we do have some gold. We have the silver harp, and then we have the requisite key. And if you take a look at our runner sprites, NESCardinality is using the vanilla Loto sprite, whereas Thilotilo is using the red slime sprite.
Looks like NESCard is going to make the safety save here, just in case there's a town nearby, as is Thilotilo. I like this play, just in case there's a town close by. If you can buy something, if you don't get to it, then you don't really lose half your money, which is the penalty for dying.
Yeah, I agree, and especially with this much strength, if there is a town nearby, they want a hand axe, real quick.
Yeah, because they get just enough money for a hand axe, so that would be the weapon you're looking for at this point in time. But it looks like NESCard is doing exploration. At least there's no swamp, so you don't go to... Oh, Magidrakies with sleep. This could be a bad time.
Although Ness does get out of it after 1 turn, and Tilo is taking on a Drakey.
Looks pretty even matched 1 for 1 here, so he'll probably be able to take this down.
So there is a cave over the river. That river only has 1 crossing point, which is the end of the river. So, and Tilo does take down the Drakey, and a Magiwyvern says Ness, was going to send Ness back to start, but NESCard kind of just reset out of it.
Yeah, he wants to keep his gold in case he finds a town nearby he can spend it on, so it's not a bad play, because you're going to be sent back there anyway. You might as well be there with full money.
So kind of just looking at the terrain here a little bit, it does look like Tantagil is kind of in the northeastern corner of the map. Oh, and we have a town. We have a town on Tilo's side. Oh, and on NESCard's side, and it's right by Charlock, and it's Darrenham.
And Tilo gets sent home by the Demon Knight. before he could get to the town to see.
Now, the good news is that the town only has a copper sword and clothes. So it's not like that half gold is really going to hurt Tilo all that much by dying. So NESCard does pick up the clothes and the copper sword. So he certainly has an edge now when it comes to fighting these Drakeys. He might even be able to take on, I don't know about a Scorpion, but probably a Magician.
Looks like Tilo's found another Drakey. He's going to try to take him out if he can succeed. He will hit level 2 first, and we will get to see if they do pick up any good. And he gets them. Here comes level 2.
All right, let's see. Does level 2 give us anything decent? Okay, power, some hit points, and that's it.
Some good agility. No spell, though, so they're still running with the weaponry. Ooh, the wizard's not very nice. Sending Ness home. Looks like Thilotilo going to try to take out this magician here. He did gain some strength, so he's hitting a little bit harder, but I don't think he's hitting hard enough to take down the magician at this point.
No, this slap fight is not going to go his way unless he gets an excellent move, which he just does.
That's gonna help. Oh, and NESCard should be one-shotting these Drakeys with that copper sword.
And he does.
2 in a row. Looks like we're going to get level 2 on one side and level 3 on the other side at the same time.
NESCard gets his level 2, and Tilo, what's he get out of level 3? Oh, nice hit points. Let's see, what spell? He gets Heal and Repel and Return. 3 spells for the price of 1.
Heal's going to be good with this much magic. Looks like Tilo's going to do a grind here for a couple more levels. I can't blame him. Him and NESCard both have the same idea. It's an easy spot. Might as well get up to 4 and 5. See if you can get a hurt more or lucky hurt more.
And my guess is Tilo did not see the town before he died. If he was paying attention to the monster screen and not that little bit between the text box and the bottom of the screen, he could have seen the town. But I don't think he did, or else my guess is he'd be going there if he actually did see the town.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on this one. He's got a little bit of cash, a town, yeah, it's guaranteed a good weapon. I think the fact that NESCard has this copper sword is going to make him take over this experience lead very soon, like he already has.
Yeah, NESCard's already at level 3 and definitely has the experience lead.
Yeah, copper sword. Oh, excellent move.
Oh, magicians have Dragon Lord 2 breath.
Okay, they're probably not what you want to see.
And NESCard getting to level 4. Ooh, nice power. That's not a bad level. Let's see what we have here at level 4. We have Heal More.
Heal More and Stop Spell, I believe. So basically what turned into no spells is now half the spells. Still no hurt more, or hurt, so.
No, but with 19 strength and a copper sword, you can now start damaging some of these, more upper or lower tier enemies, like the Magidrakies and, the Scorpions, the Poltergeists, the Druids, if we see any.
The Magidrakies have some sleep here, so. Don't think Thilotilo's going to be able to take down a Magidraki when it's got sleep and he's only got his fists going.
Meanwhile, NESCard can 2-hit it.
Yeah, NESCard definitely open up an experience lead here now. He's grinding on 2 specific tiles, so. But it's far from over. It's only 6 minutes in.
Yeah, we still got a long ways to go in this one, in theory, so buckle in, everybody.
And NESCard gets the bad news about the magicians.
And meanwhile, Tilo gets to level 4 by taking out that Magidraki.
Looks like Tilo's going to continue his exploration. Maybe he didn't see that town.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he did. And thanks to our wonderful tracker, not only do we see that the magicians have Dragon Lore 2 fire, but they also have heal. Oh, Tilo has found a town. Oh, actually 2 towns on screen, although one is across the river.
Ooh, and there's Hawksness. Looks like NESCard's still grinding here. Which isn't a bad idea.
No, I like the idea of grinding here. You're right by, well, you're at now level 5. Let's see what level 5 gets you, and then maybe you can do a little bit more exploration, maybe. And level 5, not really that great of a level, but should allow some exploration here.
Yeah, NESCard is making his way towards the area where Thilotilo found Hawksness. He's going to find Hawksness. He's not even going to bother checking the trap tile.
No, I wouldn't either. You can't really even do anything with that trap tile. You can scout it out, but that's it.
Looks like Thilotilo's taking on a warlock here, or he's trying to run and not succeeding. No, he's trying to fight it. I think this is a little bit out of his realm at this level with no weapon.
It'll be slow, but he might be able to take it down. And I'm a little, we've seen 2 wolves on NESCard's side. I'm a little surprised he hasn't tried to take down the wolves, because with heal and heal more, he should be, and an attack power of 30, he should be able to take down a wolf.
You might be more interested in exploration right now.
True enough.
Thilotilo burned his last heal, so it's mono a mono now, and he does take it down. That's going to be a good experience boost for him. Oh, and there's our first AK-47.
Armored Knight says no. And Armored Knights also have Dragon Lore 2 Breath. That might be fun in Charlock.
Oh wow, they're definitely not going to be fun anywhere. Yeah, that's a pretty long river separating these 2 parts of land there. I don't think we've seen a bridge yet.
You have to go all the way down to the southern end of the river where it ends, and then you can make your way back north through a 1-tile bridge where there's a hill between the river and the mountain.
Oh wow, look at that. Thilotilo found it. So he's going to try to make that other town here. See if he succeeds or not.
Now, I do believe he is still in the same zone with those AK-47s, although the Rogue Scorpion is just going to say, yeah, no.
Looks like NESCard's taking on a Scorpion here while he's doing some more exploration. No, looks like NESCard's going to grind some more.
Well, the next level is at 165 experience points, I do believe. So he's only 30 away. Should only be a few enemies.
And those magicians don't seem too handy to use the Dragon Lore Breath, so kind of safe.
And Tilo does reach level 5. And the magician sends NESCard back to start.
So right now we got a pretty interesting race going here. NESCard's got a bit more XP lead. I got a bit of an XP lead, but oh, Magician got him again.
Yeah, but given how early we are in the seed, a 50-point difference, a 40-point difference in experience really doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot.
No, Thilotilo's starting to be able to take down these enemies quicker and quicker, so he is catching up to NESCard now.
Yeah, but again, the biggest difference between our 2 runners here is NESCard does have the copper sword, and Tilo does not. So NESCard does have a 10 attack power advantage over Tilo at this point in time.
Yeah, that's going to be big on enemies like the Scorpions, where NESCard can 2-hit them, but Thilotilo might take 4 to 5 rounds to get it.
Right, exactly. So I think one more enemy, and yep, this should put NESCard to level 6. Let's see what level 6 gives us. Nice power, some agility. And a spell. What do we get? What do we get? We get outside. Outside.
Outside and return. That's a pretty good combo if you're in a pinch. Looks like Tilo's going to continue his grind. Meanwhile, I believe NESCard is going to try to make that other town and cave here. See if he does make it on top.
And gets away from a rogue scorpion. That's really nice, because rogue scorpions have a decent amount of agility to them, so running from them early game is not easy to do.
Ooh, skeletons would heal more. NESCard going right for the stop spell. He really wants to take the skeleton down.
Yeah, skeletons, warlocks. Now, these are the type of enemies our runners are looking up. NESCard specifically is looking for. He should be able to take them down 2 or 3 rounds. Has a stop spell so that the skeleton can't heal himself. One more scorpion for Tilo gets him to level 6.
Looks like NESCard's going to give us our first look at this cave. It's going to be up to you, Z-Man. I don't know in the dark.
This one looks to be the grave.
Well, we're not going to get to see too much of it.
I'm sorry. Mountain cave. My bad. I was thinking mountain cave, but said grave. No, it is the mountain cave.
And it's inhabited by red dragons, so that's not going to be a fun place to go.
No, that is probably going to be left behind for just a little bit.
Looks like NESCard's going to do some more grinding here. He's going to check the upper here. See if there's a zone change. See if he doesn't get some stronger enemies. So if you were in this spot, Z-Man, and you had this, would you put more emphasis on more levels, or would you probably try to branch out to exploration?
Personally, with the heal and heal more, I'd probably grind to level 5 or 6 and then start branching out a little bit as far as I could until, I wind up hitting some sort of a brick wall, like, armored knights or, a whole wall of rogue scorpions that I'm just not going to be able to run from. And then if I needed to, I would grind to level 7, probably on the scorpion area. But, everybody's going to be a little different here. Tilo, in my opinion, really needs to get south so he can get to that town to get that copper sword so he can start doing the same type of damage that NESCard does. Oh, looks like he might, maybe heading down there. Maybe.
Well, the rogue scorpions have Dragon Lord breath. That's pretty. Yeah, when Thilotilo finds this town down here, he's going to be slightly disappointed in himself, I believe. That he didn't see it earlier.
Yeah, because he's probably going to see the town and he's going to be like, all right, when did NESCard get here? I'm guessing Tilo is going to pick up the copper sword. We'll see if he picks up the clothes. Maybe not.
He does. Golden with baby breath. This could be a breath seed.
Dragon's breath everywhere.
Looks like Tilo's stocking up on some herbs. That's not a bad idea.
Nope, not a bad idea at all. This way you can save some MP here and there.
Still no attack spells, though. No hurt or hurt more, so... This copper sword's going to be putting in some work for a while.
And Tilo does don the scale of the dragon, so... Oh, that's the only way to go, is up toward that town. So this seed is funneling you in one direction. It is funneling you to the mountain cave, and it is funneling you up toward that town we haven't seen yet.
Oh, see if Thilotilo can get to that town.
Alright, And Tilo's going to try the mountain cave and finds a poltergeist. Poltergeist certainly killable at this level with the copper sword. Although something to pay attention to, Tilo only has 10 MP left. So, and given that he knows where Hawksness is, I'm a little surprised he's even trying this mountain cave.
Well, he's not trying it for long.
So much for that attempt.
Meanwhile, NESCard is grinding here on these wolves he's found. This little spot here, so he wants level 7. He's close.
Now, this wolf will get him, I think, within 6 experience of level 7. Oh no, wolves have healed. That's annoying.
He got stop spell though, so.
There we go. Wolf goes down. Now, oh nope, I can't math correctly. Now NESCard is within 26 points of level 7.
I don't even know when the levels show up, so. You're one better than me right there.
Invenerable. First floor mountain cave shares with the swamp cave. So whatever enemies are on the top floor of the mountain cave will be the enemies in the swamp cave.
Oh, I did not know that. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, tonight's race was my first seed I've done since the last tournament. Ooh, we got a spell.
We have a spell on NESCard set, and it's Hurt. That's nice. Hurt is nice.
Pretty much doing the same damage as his copper sword right now. So really, Hurt's not that much of an advantage at this point in time. Now, if it was Hurt more, he'd be laughing.
Oh, yeah. All right, so it looks like Tilo is going to try to make his way up to this town.
Looks like NESCard is going up the other side of the river. Looks like NESCard is just grinding. He's not really interested in going anywhere at the moment.
Tilo gets away from the Magiwyvern.
Looks like NESCard's going to take the death, get sent back, so he can start fresh. And is Tilo going to make the town?
And we have the town of Cole. Let's see, what's in the search spot? If this is the armor, that's a really nice early find.
I'm guessing we're going to see a fairy flute. We're going vanilla.
Silver shield in Cole. Nope, there are no stairs there.
Called it.
You did. It is vanilla fairy flute.
I think we had a seed the other night that everything was vanilla. The flute, the armor, and the token.
Yeah, they do happen fairly frequently.
But now there was no place to go north from that town, so I don't know where they're going to go from here. I didn't see any openings.
Looks like they're going to have to go west.
Looks like NESCard's using Repel. Looks like he is going to come across Cole and get his fairy flute. Might be slightly disappointed.
Oh, Wolf Lords with sleep. That's fun.
Sleep and hurt.
Not anymore.
Which means they probably won't be too readily to attack you, so this could be a good enemy to grind on once you got stop spell.
Wolf Lord goes down on Tilo's side.
And this card takes down the wolf. Tilo is heading west, coming across some mountains here.
Yep, NESCard right behind him.
It's like NESCard's trying to fight the Demon Knight, but realizes he can't. Thilotilo gets away from that rogue scorpion, which could have been dangerous.
And now we come into Bridgetown on Tilo's side.
Looks like NESCard is right behind him. Looks like both players are heading west now.
And Tilo takes down the Wraith and gets to level 7. Oh, Wyverns with heal more. That's fun.
And they hit pretty hard as well.
So which bridge do you take? Do you take the northern bridge or do you... Oh, well, okay. Northern bridge doesn't exactly go anywhere. So southern bridge it is.
Oh, we have a cave on Thilotilo's side. Meanwhile, NESCard took a wipe to that Wyvern.
And shortly, Tilo is going to discover, oh, look, Wyverns have heal more. Oh, no, he doesn't. Takes care of the Wyvern before that.
We do have a cave. He's going to try to take down this Wraith. He does have one heal more left.
I'll probably have to use it right here.
Nope, just going to heal.
A heal.
Well, NESCard's heading north again.
Alright,
There must be.
Tilo's gonna... Go ahead.
No, give her the cave. It's up, I'm gonna guess this one looks like the tablet, maybe?
So that's either Tablet or Swamp North. Okay, everybody in the chat is saying Swamp North.
Yeah, I suppose if it's a tablet, you can't move down.
Yeah, that's
right
right.
off the bat.
Yeah, so that is definitely Swamp North. I think at this point he might have to go through it.
I'm thinking I think they might have done all they can do on this first continent here. I'm thinking most stuff might be on the second continent. Oh, this golem's not gonna be nice.
I'm wondering if he actually wanted to see that golem and go back to town, because there was a way to go west of what we know to be the mountain cave. I wonder if there might be something over in that general direction.
Well, they got some good levels now. They could even try diving that mountain cave.
And hope you don't run into red dragons.
Yeah, I mean, it's a risk-reward situation, I guess, but... If you do Go ahead.
NESCard getting to level 8. Radiant, I think, is the spell.
That's a good spell. I don't like doing caves without that.
So, level 8, NESCardinality has every spell but 2. He does not have the sleep spell, and he does not have the hurt more spell.
Getting lots of spells quickly tonight.
Yeah. Stats are kind of middling, though. 45 strength at level 8. 84 HP at level 8 is nice. 37 MP at level 8 is rather terrible.
Yeah, that's low MP for level 8, so we'll see how that works out in the end. Looks like NESCard is going back to Garenham. Probably to restock up on his herbs.
Yep, restock on herbs, probably use the inn. I'm guessing he might be preparing for a mountain cave dive.
Well, I mean, he's level 7, like he's level 8. I mean, you got heal more. I mean, you know, you hit a red dragon, I mean, well, there's not much you can do, but if you don't hit one, I mean, you'd probably make it through pretty easily.
It looks like Tilo's going to also restock on herbs. I'm betting we're going to see side-by-side mountain cave dives here.
I'm guessing NESCard's probably going to do it in the dark.
Yeah, of course, because heaven forbid the commentators and, you know, the chat see anything. I kid. Yes, the skilled runners like NESCardinality, and I'm guessing Tilo can do most of these caves in the dark.
Well, the Armored Knight's not going to give them a chance.
But
Armored
hey,
Knight
oh god.
So the Armored Knight had stop spell as well.
Well, at least the good news is, quote-unquote good news, is you can take a Dragon Lord 2 breath to the face. Oh, well, that's some interesting AI there on the Armored Knight if you take a look at the tracker. So the Armored Knight is 75% DL2 fire, but that's only if stop spell sticks. So before stop spell sticks, you're looking at 75% stop spell, and then probably a roughly equal chance of Dragon Lord 2 fire and a regular attack. But once that stop spell sticks, it's flame on time.
Wow, that's gonna make them super dangerous. And Thilotilo gets level 8.
It's going to make him dangerous until they get Erdrick's armor, because once they get Erdrick's armor, then stop spell's not going to be able to stick at all. So then you've got an Armored Knight that, yeah, they've got Dragon Lord 2 breath, but they've got a 75% chance of casting stop spell.
That is true.
All right, so we have NESCard in Mountain Cave, as we suspected. Coming close to that first chest, gets the first chest, and it is gold.
Ooh, oh.
Getting the second chest, and it is fairy water. Yay.
And there we have the stones.
And more gold.
And an Armored Knight. Send it in ya home. Well, there's a 25% chance.
Ooh, and NESCard does get away.
And uses Radiant.
Yeah, he must, after that encounter, he must not have been 100% sure of where he was.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even know if there's a gold grind, because nobody's checked the treasury. So if he gets a key here... No, which he didn't.
So the Mountain Cave is indeed the Stones of Sunlight in there, but that's really about it.
It's like NESCard's gonna... Nope, just outside. NESCard.
Right.
I said NESCard is back in call, probably to get an in to restock his supply.
Tilo gets sent back by an Armored Knight.
Yeah, we still have not found a key aside from that first chest. The obligatory one you get. So I think this is going to come down to the first person who discovers the keys. Because Garanham's grave, or Garanham is close, so that's going to be an easy check.
NESCard checking Cole for what I'm assuming was a half plate, but probably a little disappointed to see only a full plate armor there.
Yeah, NESCard got a good bit of money out of that cave, so. And it looks like Thilotilo has come back and taken the experience lead.
Yep, they are, for all intents and purposes, tied at this point. Because they can go back and forth with pretty much every battle if, they get the right battle.
Looks like Thilotilo's doing a bit of a grind here. While NESCard is off exploring a little bit more.
I mean, given that, Demon Knights are here and Wraith Knights are here, and you can take them down, and there's a town right there, I think it's a pretty good idea. Because right now, you're only what? I mean, the next level you're looking for is 975, so certainly doable.
Yeah, and who knows? The next level might have the hurt more. The key to all things.
All right, so I do believe, if I'm reading this map right, that NESCard has confirmed to us that there is nothing to the west of the mountain cave that is new. So I think you do have to take the swamp cave at this point. Yep. All right, that is absolute confirmation. Next place our runners have to go is the swamp cave.
So this could get interesting.
So now, if I'm our runners, personally, what I would do is kind of what Tilo's doing right there. Settle in for a bit of a mini grind. Get level, certainly at least to level 10. I don't know if level 11 would be reasonable, but certainly get to level 9. I'm sorry, level 9 because he's at level 8. Level 10, maybe, but then by level 10, it's you got to start pressing on a little bit more.
Yeah, as Demon Knights are they're good experience, but they like to dodge. I'd like to get the Demon Knight stats brought up if we could.
Well, Demon Knights Vanilla do have the highest dodge chance in the game at 15 out of 64. So they will dodge roughly a quarter of their attacks.
Looks like this Demon Knight's taking up all Thilotilo's resources.
Yeah, and that's what makes Demon Knight such a pain to grind on, is that high dodge percent. Because 15 out of 64 means, really, according to the Dragon Warrior Randomizer, 50-50. But he does get level 9 out of the deal. Let's see if level 9 gives Tilo anything great. Some more magic and hit points and a little bit more strength, I suppose.
Yeah, there's the Demon Knight stats. Oh, look at that. 15 to 16 everywhere.
Well, keep in mind that there is a typo on the tracker, and the dodge resist is out of 64, not out of 16.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah, because if it was 15 to 16, I don't think you'd ever hit him.
No, you never would. Yes, Dwight, a dodge is 15 out of 64. Ooh, looks like we have Tilo taking on a wizard with Dragon Lord 2 Breath. Well, time to run.
Not sure where NESCard was when he got hit with that red dragon, but...
So there's yet another Charlock enemy with Dragon Lord 2 Breath.
Looks like it's time for Swamp Cave. I think NESCard's going to do a little bit of grind as well here, but he's probably going to nope out when he sees the Dragon Lord Breath.
And these wizards have heal more. Fantastic.
Dragon Lord Brett and heal more. All they need is sleep, and that'd be amazing. So we've seen, what, 3 or 4 enemies with Dragon Lord Breath already?
Rogue Scorpions, Armored Knights, Wizards, and Magicians. Yep.
Oh, wow.
McGrew, our wonderful creator, noting in chat that fortunately enemies cannot have both sleep and heal.
Oh, that I did not know as well. It is true you learn something new every day.
Indeed.
Looks like we're dueling stop spells here on NESCard's side. Oh, and NESCard gets his to hit. Oh yeah, now that I see someone bring up the curse belt in chat, in my race, I put the curse belt on thinking it was the death necklace. That was the most funnest thing I've done.
So it does look like, certainly looks like NESCard is like kind of quasi grinding up until level 9. And it does look like Tilo's going to level 10. Oh, but Tilo does pick up a large shield. That's nice. That adds 10 to defense power. It makes some of this grinding a little easier.
It looks like NESCard did take a swing at that Star Wyvern, but didn't get much going there. He's not really hitting the Magic Wyvern hard either, but with Healmore, he might be able to take this down. Oh wow, 1 HP left. Well, now you guys didn't want a straightforward seed, did you?
All right, NESCard getting to level 9, and it looks like Tilo is going to take on the Mountain Cave, which he has not yet done.
NESCard popping back in the call again. Probably hoping for... Nope. He's just going to get it in.
Now, I thought maybe I'm nuts, but I thought I did see Cole with a large shield as well. So maybe he'll pop back in there for a large shield if they have one?
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's just taken off.
All right, I'm wrong. It does happen once in a while. And Tilo sees, oh look, Wyverns have stop spell. Or heal more, I should say.
But with a stop spell, they're pretty much a takeable down enemy.
Something that Vralis mentions in chat, asks if they're saving for the broadsword. Nope. Thing is, in this particular seed, we have seen 2 towns up to this point. We've seen the town of Cole and the town of Garenham. Hawks is 2, I suppose. But the best weapon for sale has been the copper sword.
Plus, not all weapons and armor are actually guaranteed to be in the seed, so you might not see a broadsword.
NESCard making his way south of what we know to be the Swamp Cave, but we also know that, well, yep, there's nothing down here.
Yeah, it's looking like Swamp Cave is the only play at the moment. The first person to get through Swamp Cave and find some keys, I think will have a major advantage.
It depends how quickly behind the second runner is.
Well, looks like NESCard got the news that it's time to go to Swamp Cave.
I'm pretty sure he knows that, by logic, this has to be the Swamp Cave. Ooh, metal slime.
Ooh, 2 hits on in a row. Oh, metal slime's gonna hurt more. But
That is always so fun.
But NESCard does take it down.
NESCard now 43 points away from the next level, so he wouldn't mind seeing another Spectre.
Can't see them trying to fight metal slimes, though.
All right, and we have our first competitor through the Swamp Cave.
That's a massive swamp.
Yeah, NESCard seeing that swamp, he's like, nope.
Meanwhile, Tilo trying to clean out this mountain cave, but these armored knight might have a different story in mind here. Oh, and it blocks Tilo's spell. Tilo can't heal himself now, and the armored knight's just gonna wail on him.
And Thilotilo is now a charcoal briquette. CD Improv. The stones were in the second floor of the mountain cave.
Looks like NESCard picked the wrong swamp. There wasn't much east. Nope, swamp's gotta lead to something. Oh, a town and a cave.
Ooh. All right, so let's see what we get here. Ideally, this is Rumeldar. Cantlin would be okay,
Come
I
on,
suppose.
Breckenheim.
And it's Rumeldar. It is Keytown.
NESCard going for keys right away. Advantage NESCard.
And meanwhile, we have Tilo within 13 experience points of level 10.
See if NESCard goes in and checks this one chest here. We'll see if he takes a look at the weapon shops too. So you spend 2 keys to get 1 back. I believe they're called Keys Ruler 2112.
Shoves the NPC out of the way and to find, oh, large shield. There's NESCard's large shield.
NESCard's going to get an in, and one can only think he's going to head straight for that cave.
And in this cave we have... This is the Grave of Garen.
NESCard going with Radiant. Rookie move.
Wraiths are a nice enemy to find right about now. Thilotilo will get up to the next level with this Wraith. Level 10, 4 power, 6 agility, 4 hit points, 12 magic points. Meanwhile, NESCard is 1 measly point from level 10.
And you're not going to get it on an armored knight at this point in time. Oh, and NESCard gets away.
Dwedit asks in chat, why was NESCard casting Stop spell there? Well, the thing is, he probably recognizes at this point that the Armored Knights are very susceptible to casting Stop spell until they hit Stop spell. So if they're keeping on casting Stop spell, they're not breathing fire most of the time.
Just the fighter's ring in the top 3 chests here. Wasn't really too much more else to talk about. NESCard going outside. He's not checking the rest of the grave.
Yeah, I can't blame him. With those Armored Knights floating about. There are better ways to spend your time than trying to run and or getting sent back to start.
Look at the dodge and that Demon Knight. Meanwhile, Thilotilo trying to take on a red dragon, I thought. Or maybe just trying to get away.
I think he was just trying to get away over and over and over and over again. And this card's like, oh yeah, let's go back to the end.
So we're yet to find Cantland and find out if there's any coordinates. We're yet to find Breckenary, which really isn't that important. We haven't seen the Tablet Cave. And I think that's about it for stuff we haven't seen yet.
And looks like Tilo's... Oh, no. Looks like Tilo's just... Wait. RNG is not Tilo's friend at this point in time. But he does manage to finally clear the mountain cave.
Is this another cave that Ness found, or have we been here before?
Nope, this is a new one. So this has got to be this Vanilla Stones. This has got to be the Tablet, or the Staff of Rain Cave, or the Rainbow Drop, aka Jerk Cave.
And it's the free chest, Stones of Sunlight Cave. Just a little bit of cash. NESCard taking a walk through a big swamp.
So I'm pretty sure now the only way to go is that big old swamp to the west of the swamp cave.
Be interesting to see if he decides to dive the rest of the grave here. Hoping for an Erdrick sword or the token.
Tilo making an aggressive play here and is checking out what happens to be at Hawksness.
It's a bold play. See if it pays off for him.
Meanwhile, NESCard goes back into the swamp cave.
It's a blue dragon. This is actually takeable.
Yeah, with
Not
blue
anymore.
dragon. Well, oh, he's going to try to stick a stop spell on these blue dragons. If he can get that stop spell to stick, he's got a chance.
It looks like the blue dragon has a huge resistance to stop spell, but there he gets it. 5th time's a charm.
It's going to take a while, but he can get this fight now. This fight is relatively safe, given that the blue dragon's only attacking roughly 25% of the time, and I think Tilo can take 2 attacks before he even has to heal more. So this, as long as he gets decent RNG, Tilo can win this. And if this is the armor, this gives him a decent advantage.
This could be the armor, this could be the token, or this could be a big fat nut. I'm not quite sure how many HP the blue dragon has, but he must be getting close by now.
I think if I remember my math correctly, blue dragons have roughly 75. And he gets him. Gets some nice experience and gets the token.
So we do know the search spot is in play, and it will be the Erdrick's armor. Because I do believe the armor cannot be in a chest.
Correct. So, now, the good news is Thilotilo has all of the quote-unquote required items for the game. Yes, he still has to find the Jerk Cave, and yes, he still has to find the Staff of Rain Cave. But he has what he needs. Now he needs to find Erdrick's armor, he needs to find Erdrick's sword, and he needs to find keys.
Oh, and he's grinding the blue dragon, and he gets an excellent move.
Yeah, I mean, these blue dragons are pretty safe if you can stick a stop spell.
Looks like NESCard is finishing off the grave. I'm not sure if he's actually found anything yet.
Alright, NESCard slowly making his way to the bottom of the grave. And to piggyback off what Hangy was saying, the only decent thing in the grave so far has been the fighter's ring.
Yeah, I didn't notice what he picked up in the fort chest. So we'll see what he picks up here. And our creator McGrew says he played around with putting the armor in a chest, still needs work. Another question in chat from Lord Hayati. How good is the fighter's ring? If you put the fighter's ring on, it does give you +2 to attack. Now in the vanilla game, oh, what a find!
And we have the sword find in the bottom of the grave.
The boomstick, folks.
So this is going to be very, very, very interesting. Thilotilo has all of the key items, as I kind of alluded to. Will he dive those bottom 2 chests, or will he gamble on the sword being in Charlock? That could be a very important...
Here we go, getting our first look at the treasury, and there is a gold grind available.
Gold grind available, and there is a silver shield in coal, and I believe a magic armor also in coal.
So NESCAR's going to grind some gold, probably check the rest of the chest, go check to see what's in the bottom of this castle, and be on his way.
Tilo taking an intentional death to get back to the castle.
So you're 55 minutes in, you haven't found your token, you haven't found the Rainbow Drop Cave, the Silver Harp Cave. How do you feel if you're NESCardinality right now?
I think he recognizes that a number of these zones, both on the overworld and in the mountain cave and in the grave, have been brutal, to say the least. So I think he probably feels as though he's at least competitive. I doubt he's going to think that he's in the lead, but he's probably thinking competitive. He's at least competitive.
And there was herbs and a torch and another money chest inside.
To answer the question from Ursine, there is the Staff of Rain Cave left, there is the Jerk Cave left, aka Rainbow Drop Cave, and there is the Tablet Cave. We have seen everything else. To answer the question from Dog Guy 25, why is he getting so much gold? He's getting so much gold so he can purchase the Silver Shield and the Magic Armor, both of which are available in coal.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's getting so much gold. Is it's kind of a memory issue in the game. that after you open 8 chests, the 9th chest, the game doesn't know what to do, so it just keeps repeating, giving you what it is. So if you find a gold chest as your 9th chest, you could just take gold from it all day long.
Ooh, level 11, which Tilo has gotten. There is the spell of Hurt More at level 11. Ooh, a nice strength boost, too. And a nice MP boost. Level 11 was a really nice level. And NESCard is roughly 40 some odd experience away from getting his Hurt More.
So what was below the castle? I didn't see.
That was the Jerk Cave, the Rainbow Drop Cave. So this is either going to be the Tablet Cave or this is going to be the Silver Harp, the Staff of Rain Cave. And we have the Death Necklace in the back of Garanham.
I answered a question in chat. Can Tablet even have anything? Can have money, herb, might have a cursed belt. Who knows?
My bet would be on a key, because we haven't really seen very many key chests.
But it is the Staff of Rain. So now once NESCard finds and goes back to Hawkness, he will be all set as well. Based on what we've seen, Z, I'm going to call you, I have a feeling Charlock is not going to be a nice place to be.
No. No, it's not. Not with Armored Knights having... I mean, granted, it's only going to be 25%, but still, having that Dragon Lord 2 breath, not a good thing. So I'd imagine NESCard's play here is... oh, he puts a stop spell on the Armored Knight, and he's going to try to take down this Armored Knight. And if he does, that does get him to level 11, and that does get him the spell of Hurt More.
Oh no, Lord. DL2 still has his breath, buddy. His spell list doesn't change. He's either going to attack you or use his breath. That would be something, though, if you could make, like, the Dragon Lord have heal more. I mean, that would suck, but it would be something else.
Well, in Chaos Mode, Dragon Lord 2 has the possibility of either sleep or heal. Although Chaos Mode is now a thing of the past, and now it's a toggleable option. So you can toggle Dragon Lord 2 having sleep or heal.
That'd be sweet. Looks like Thilotilo putting that Hurt More to work.
Indeed.
But I'm kind of worried here. I agree with what you said earlier. If Thilotilo comes across the grave, I'm not sure if he's going to dive the bottom of that. I'm not sure if I would in this situation.
In this situation, knowing you're against NESCardinality, if I was in Tilo's position and I know I'm against NESCardinality, there is no chance I'm diving the bottom of the grave. Knowing that I have the stones, I have the harp, and I have the token. No chance I dive the bottom of the grave.
So you'd go on the chance that it's going to be in the Dragon Lord Treasury, because that's basically all we haven't seen.
Absolutely. Or the Tablet Cave.
So that's 3 chests as compared to 6. 3 chests in 2 separate locations, or 6 chests in 1 location.
Right.
what would you do? I would go for the 6 chest. I'd be done on this seat.
Absolutely. All right, and Tilo makes his way back to the swamp cave.
Tilo might also think he's playing NESCard. Hey, he's got to take the risk. Maybe he thinks NESCard wouldn't dive there. Maybe he's gonna go there. It's hard to tell till he gets there.
Now, NESCard has not gone back into Hawksnest yet, although he has picked up his magic armor and silver shield.
Looks like Thilotilo's trying to take down a metal slime. I'm not sure if he has the news that metal slimes have hurt more yet, but we'll see. He does now. Oh, he got the soft spell, so he must have known.
He must have known and stuff. Weren't.
Looks like NESCard's gonna try to take down a red dragon.
With an attack power of 110, and looks like the red dragon, all the red dragon does is fight. Reasonable option.
I think NESCard might be going to check the trap tile with the princess.
No, I think he's going straight down. Ooh, red dragons have heal. Ick. That's another fun thing to go through in Charlock. Red dragons with heal.
Now, only about 50% to resist stop, though.
Which, of course, in Dragon Warrior Randomizer means, 90%.
You know, it's the 50-50 naughty rule, right? If there's a 50-50 chance of something happening, there's a 90% chance the wrong thing will happen.
Yeah, exactly. CD Improv, yes, Rimmildar was to the east of the Swamp South.
Alright, this card is out of the cave and now heading east. Gonna go restock at the town.
Cast a repel, go to the inn, refill on hurt more charges, and away he goes.
As of right now, the stats aren't looking too bad.
Now, if you take a look at Tilo's level 12 stats, NESCard is slowly catching up to level 12 if he's not already there. Nope, slowly. If he gets his golem, that golem will get him level 12. But strength is, not good, but it's a little better than marginal. Agility, it's a suggestion anyways in most games. HP of 108 is nice. MP of 79, couple more levels, you're good there. No, not bad stats at all.
I'd say this could be a level 15, 16 go over.
Yeah, it easily could be. With a good strength or HP game, this could be, this could even be a 14.
NESCard picked up his level 12.
And Tilo, if he keeps on going east, will stumble into the town of Rimmildar. Meanwhile, NESCard is going to cross this big old swamp to the west of Swamp South, where, unless I'm missing something, Caitlin has to be somewhere over here. And so does Breckenary.
Yeah, there's no choice. Like, I'm hoping he finds Breckenary before Caitlin, mind you, but here comes another cave.
So, knowing what we know, this has to be the tablet cave.
It has to be, and NESCard knows that too immediately.
Now, the reason why NESCard is still checking this is NESCard does not have the token. So he's got to check this cave because the token can be in a chest.
We know it's not, but he does not know.
Right.
And you were right about the key. Good call.
Yeah, it was playing the odds there.
Gotta be good to be lucky, they say.
And Tilo finds the town of Rimeldar.
And now he has got to be pretty much clinch mode. It's like, oh god, how long ago did NESCard find this?
Yep. I guarantee you that's going through his mind. So now, the question is he even going to, well, he's got to. He's going to check this cave, but does he even dive the cave at all? Oh, look.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, he might see it and he might duck out right away. It's going to be a make or break for the game. If he doesn't dive, he's probably going to lose. If he dives, he has a chance.
He's going to check the town for an upgrade in something. And finds a chainmail, and will upgrade his armor to the chainmail.
But then again, the only thing that might save Tilo here is the fact that he knows there's a silver shield. He might want a gold grind, so he might grab all the chests.
Maybe. Alright, so we do have the town of Cantlin. Alright, so let's see, where are these coordinates? If these coordinates are obnoxious, then this is going to be Princess quote-unquote required. And Tilo is going to check at least the top. Not obnoxious enough. Oh wait, 13 North. You can't. Oh, that's going to be somewhat obnoxious. That's going to be in the coal area.
Yeah, because you can't go north from the first town.
Yeah, that's going to be in the coal area, I would think. Because Hawksness isn't that far west of the castle. That's going to be right around coal.
Alright, folks, here it is. Is he going to keep digging? Or is he going to leave? Oh no, he's leaving. No, Tilo.
We know what's down in the bottom of the grave. We know this, but I absolutely understand this play. This is a play you make when you feel as though you're behind and you know you're playing a player with the caliber of NESCardinality. It's a completely, totally understandable play from my point of view.
Oh yeah, no, I'd say 90 to 95% of the runners are going to do that. Like, it would be an awful stretch to say at least 5% would full clear. Question in chat. What did Tilo just miss? Tilo missed the Erdrick sword, which is at the very bottom of the grave. I mean, it's still possible to beat the game with, like, a flame sword or a hand axe or something, but it's definitely puts him at a big disadvantage.
Now, some of that disadvantage can be mitigated by the Death Necklace, but Tilo doesn't have the Death Necklace either. So, unfortunately, Tilo is a bit in a world of hurt.
And he doesn't know it. That's the worst part. So, did NESCard find... Oh, he's got to find the token. Yeah, he's got to find Hawksness again.
Yep, he's got to go to Hawksness and get the token. And he's got to check the overworld spot for the armor.
Yeah, and then it's go mode.
Well, then it'll probably be grind and go.
Yeah, running from a metal slime. I would too with 36 HP and them having hurt more. Probably not the best idea to stick around.
Alright, so Tilo is closing in. If he goes south here, he'll find Cantlin. If he goes north, he'll find Breckenary. He's going north.
Weasel79. Yes, you could beat the game without the armor, but if Dragonlord 1 puts the stop spell on you, I think it's pretty much game over, because I'm not sure. I believe it carries over to the Dragonlord 2 fight.
I don't know about that, but either way...
His breath would wipe you out.
His breath would wipe you out. Because, remember now, with the armor, Dragonlord breath can do 42, 44, 46, or 48 damage. Without the armor, I believe the maximum damage is 70 damage? The minimum is somewhere like around 62. So, yeah, 72. 65 to 72 without the armor. Yeah, that is not a way you're going to beat the Dragonlord.
Oh, NESCardinality picks up the princess while we were talking about that. Gonna make the search a little bit easier for him.
Yeah, I think there is part of him that thinks that going that 13 north might actually put him on the second continent. And if you have to go to the second continent, then it's always easier to have the GPS, the Gwalen positioning system.
Thilotilo did find a tablet cave, checked it out, found the key, and exited. And he does come across another town, which we know to be Breckenary.
Oh, look. Breckenary.
Motel 6. We'll leave the light on for you. But it never turns night in this town, in this world, so I guess the light's always on.
Well, I mean, it's not Dragon Warrior 3, right? Because remember, in Dragon Warrior 3, you bestow light upon the Kingdom of Alefgard.
Shaywolf, I believe we have not yet seen a flame sword.
No, we have not. So at this point in time, it's either in Cantlin or it's nowhere. I don't even think we've seen a broadsword.
You're welcome, Weasel. Hopefully we answered your question to your satisfaction, buddy. Yeah, there was no flame sword in my race either, earlier.
Alright, and NESCardinality is going to go fight the blue dragon here in Hawksness, and if there's a grind spot, this is going to be it. A blue dragon with hurt and attacking? Yeah, this is the grind spot.
Yeah, NESCard's definitely going to grind here. But he might want to get the search done for that armor. Or even the token. Well, he'll know he'll have the token in a minute, I guess. Shinkato, the token is waiting for us right here on the search box.
Tree Plot noting in chat that these commentators and chat interaction are top tier. Welcome to the Dragon Warrior Randomizer community, where we love our people, we love our runners, and we love new people. We will make sure that you feel comfortable as possible, and we will answer any question you have. Well, at least any question with regard to Dragon Warrior and Dragon Warrior Randomizer.
Yeah, we're all pretty good I keep my eye on chat pretty normal, so I'll be sure to see questions when they go by. Oh, I love that name, straight out of Melmond. That's awesome. I'm a big Final Fantasy guy. Alright, it looks like NESCard is going to grind this blue dragon. So I'm thinking, NESCard gets another good strength level. I'm pretty much thinking he's going to just go.
Depending. Well, he would need the HP, too. So either a good HP level or a good strength level, and he's going.
Well, 109 HP, you can do it. So if he were to pick up, say, an 11 or 12 point strength level, I think it would be doable at this point. But he is one of the best in the game, so what he decides to do is probably what was best. Meanwhile, Thilotilo is still roaming around. Pretty sure NESCard searched a spot for the token. I would think it would have been the first thing he would have done.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I did that once. Didn't search the spot and left.
Oh, I haven't searched a spot before. When I stumble into the enemy, and I know I'm going to grind on that enemy, there are times that I just completely, totally forget to search. Ooh, nice agility, nice hit points, no strength, not enough.
Nope, we're going to 15, folks. Question in chat, where did NESCard find a sword? It was in the bottom of the grave. Now, Thilotilo went into the grave, but he did not dive the bottom. So at this point in time, if Thilotilo is depending on the sword being in Charlock, he is going to be very, very disappointed.
And to answer the question in chat from Spargon, how is the display updated? We have a dedicated tracker for most every Dragon Warrior Randomizer race, and today's dedicated tracker is up to NG, yet another wonderful member of the Dragon Warrior Randomizer community. We thank Up to NG for his contributions as tracker, and we should also thank the wonderful CD Improv for restreaming.
Yeah, definitely give these runners, as well as all these hardworking people, a follow. They are all very good people. I've interacted with all of them in their Twitters and their chats, and it's just amazing. So I recommend you definitely giving these people a follow. Ooh, Tilo is back in the grave. This could be the thing that saves this match.
Now, the question is he back in the grave to do a death warp, or is he back in the grave to actually do a search?
Looks like he's going for a search. You know,
Although,
see,
go ahead.
If he wants a gold grind, he only has to open 4 chests in here.
Right.
So he might not go to the deepest one.
Right. Although, do take a look at the experience differential between NESCardinality and Thilotilo. Tilo has been so just wrapped up in doing his searching, he's fallen nearly 3,000 experience behind.
Yeah, NESCard has definitely got the experience lead going here. NESCard's in a good position right now. I'm pretty sure it's his race to lose at this point in time.
NESCardinality closing in on level 15. This blue dragon will not take care of it, but the next one should.
Alright, so let's see if 15 is the go level. All he needs is some strength.
Cactus Owl, has anybody checked the GPS spot yet? Not yet, but we do know it to be, it has to be Erdrick's armor, because they have already found the token, and they've already found the fairy flute, which are on the other 2 search spots. It just so happened that, in this case, the GPS has Erdrick's armor.
Yeah, that's mostly due to the fact that Erdrick's armor cannot be found in a chest. So, like the token and the fairy flute. I don't know if the fairy flute can be found in a chest or not. I think it's just a token.
Yes. Nope, the fairy flute and the token can both be found in chest.
Okay, so if one of those are in a chest, then you know one of the search spots is going to be there.
Yep. Paradigm. What do the colors on their stats mean? So, if you noticed at the beginning of the seed, we had some stats in red. The red stats are, oh god, this is not good in any way, shape, or form. The white stats mean perfectly normal. The orange stats mean you are getting close to Dragon Lord 2 ready. Some of the stats might actually be ready, depending on where other stats are. And if you have green numbers, that means you're good for Dragon Lord 2. So in this case, if you look here at NESCardinality, the really ones you want to focus on are HP, attack power, and strength, and MP. Those are the ones you want to focus on. Agility, there is a lot more play in than the other numbers. But if you notice, 3 out of those other 4 numbers I mentioned are borderline. So, and Tilo does, in fact, pick up the sword.
There you go, he did go back for the sword. He had to double dip, but he did go back. And looks like NESCard is now about to take his search on the road. Get his armor.
Nope, it's on the second continent. Yep, Erdrick's armor is on the second continent.
Well, it would almost have to be.
I thought that those 2 towns of Cole and Hawksnest were a little further north of Thilotilo Castle than they were.
Well, you can't have everything too easy, you know?
So pretty soon, I would imagine Tilo is... Oh, is Tilo going to print some gold?
Tilo's gonna make his own money.
Yep, Tilo's going to print some gold.
Grab himself a silver shield and probably some magic armor as well. NESCard's back in call just to get an in to refresh his MP, and then he'll probably keep going with his search.
And my guess is that at this point, he's probably thinking that he's just going to get level 16 on the way down Charlock. Because if you notice, he did grind kind of sort of like halfway to level 16, but not the complete way. Given what is going to be in Charlock, a bunch of armored knights and red dragons, I'm sure, it's going to be a lot easier to attack them and to kill them than it might be to run from them. So I'm guessing he's just going to get it on the way down.
Question in chat. Yeah, do we know where Charlock is? Yeah, Charlock is directly south from Tantagel, so it's not very hard to find at all. Boat runners found it probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes into the game, so they do know where it's at.
Yep, and it's right by Garenham.
Alright, NESCard is heading for Swamp Cave. Little fun fact, if you enter South Swamp and you cast the outside spell, it will take you to the entrance of North Swamp.
Correct, but if you enter Swamp North and you cast outside, it still takes you to the exit of Swamp North.
Exactly, so just a little tidbit. CD, where's my cookie blanket and cup of tea? Even though I don't drink tea, but I still like a cup of tea.
I just like the cookie.
We got a
Chocolate
question
chip.
in chat. Golem is 255 XP, Y farm on the Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon is a little bit easier to take down than a Golem. So you probably get more experience. If it takes you, like, by the time you take down one Golem, you can probably take down 2 Blue Dragons. So most runners will decide about... It more goes by XP per minute, I would think. And
Yeah, the best grind, hands down, period, would be to find an Axe Knight at one of the spike tiles, and you have the Hurt More spell. I mean, then you can just mow through those things. But then it kind of becomes, how quickly can you kill enemies, the enemies that actually give good experience. In the case of the Golem versus the Blue Dragon, you can kill a Blue Dragon quicker and you need less resources, right? Because the Golems will hit hard and you'll have to heal a lot more often. So not only does the Blue Dragon grind go quicker, but you can stay on it longer.
excellent. Looks like NESCard is going to get his rainbow drop. And we'll see if he decides to dive and maybe pick up level 16 on the way down and hope for a strength gain.
Cactus Owl asks in chat, does magic armor give stop spell immunity resistance? No, it does not. It does, the only thing that, well, two things magic armor does is it refills 1 HP for every 4 steps taken, and it does reduce the damage done by hurt and hurt more spells by 1/3.
Euphoria. NESCardinality was looking for Erdrick's armor, which was on the search spot. There is one search spot in the game on the overworld map. If the old man gives you coordinates, that you will find one of the items you need for the game.
And as noted by our wonderful tracker Up2NG, it does look like Tilo is trying to count these coordinates out.
That's going to be a little difficult. Seeing as we know he's not in the right area, but... Looks like we do have NESCard, the first one to make the dive at the 1 hour 30 minute mark. Looks like if he gets a strength on the way down, I think he's gonna go. I think he's just gonna take it out right now.
Mr. Holmes, wondering how kind Charlock will be? It's gonna be interesting. Armored Knights have a 75% cast of Chanting Stop spell, which is wonderful, but also a 25% chance of casting... of doing Dragonlord 2 Breath. Red Dragons don't do anything but attack. Oh, and use heal toward the end. Wizards also, I do believe, have Dragonlord 2 Breath. So, yeah. This could be an interesting dive.
Although with the 82 agility, I'm pretty sure he's a shoo-in to pretty much run from everything but the Armored Knights at this point. Red Dragons might give him a little issue too, but other than that, I think it should be pretty smooth sailing for NESCard. What's the next level? 9400?
9750.
I think it was somewhere in the 9000s. So if he does not get strength, Is he think he might try it anyway, since he's down there?
Well, Mr. Holmes put up a percentage earlier, and based on his calculations, NESCard right now, assuming full MP, full HP at current stats, has a 44% chance of winning. So my guess is he needs a little more strength and or a little more HP to make this work. If he gets 5 more HP, he slaps on the death necklace and it works. If he gets a little more strength, it probably works.
Yeah, he can, Weasel. That's what he's hoping for. He's either hoping for a bit of HP or a bit of strength this level. If he gets 0 on both of those, he might have to go to 17.
And Thilotilo does pick up Erdrick's armor without using the princess, so well done to him.
Very well done. Counting is hard.
So I would imagine now it's his turn to go beat the skulls in on some blue dragons.
Yep, he's probably going to pick up his rainbow drop here, and then he's probably going to be off to do his grind.
And this armored knight will give NESCardinality level 16. Let's see what he gets. He gets 3 power, 1 speed, 9 hit points, 2 magic points. That should do it.
Yeah, looks like he's going.
Yep, my guess is that he'll probably throw on the death necklace and the fight becomes relatively straightforward from there. And what does the death necklace do for those of you that may be just joining us? In the vanilla game, it does nothing. It puts a curse on you and it doesn't allow you to enter the castle. In the randomizer, what does it do? It does curse you. It doesn't allow you to enter the castle. But it also adds 10 attack power to your total at the cost of 25% of your HP.
And Mr. Holmes' prediction in chat is he's a 96.7% to win with full resources. But this armored knight is going to whip away one of those healmores on him, though. And maybe 2 if he doesn't get away.
And I'm pretty sure that Mr. Holmes' calculation does not factor in the death necklace.
So now, how much of a difference does losing that one healmore make?
All right, so let's do that. Okay, so let's do the math. Right now, as it is, his attack power is 127. You subtract 100 from the attack power, because that's a Dragon Lord 2's defense, and you get 27. Divide that by 2 and round down, you get 13. Divide that by 2 again and round down, and you get 6. So you are doing 6 to 13 damage for an average, so that's 19 divided by 2, so an average of 9 per hit. So how many hits do you need to do on the Dragon Lord? Well, 150 damage. How many hits do you need? You need about 16 to 17 hits at 127 attack power. Right now, he has 11, 12 healmores, right? But now he has 11 healmores, but plenty of opportunity for double attacks. It's close. So that 1 healmore makes it close. Very close.
Yeah, it goes from a cakewalk to, I need some help here. I mean, we got Thilotilo doing his blue dragon grind. But I would have to say NESCard would have to run into some awful RNG before he's going to lose this one. Although if he's got to use another healmore here, it could be bad.
Cactus Owl asks, why is NESCard fighting the golem rather than running? In the randomizer, we do put a spike tile mini-boss right before the Dragon Lord here in this spot. So by running from this golem, it doesn't actually advance NESCardinality to the Dragon Lord. You have to beat this square.
And that golem is going to eat up a good bit of his resources and his herbs, so... Gotta hope Dragon Lord 1 plays nice.
And on goes the death necklace. Thou art a fool.
Question, is a spike tile a term from another thing? It depends. Some people call it a trap tile, some call it a spike tile, some call it a forced encounter tile. It just means a tile that you will get an encounter on.
Alright, here we go. Dragon Lord 2. Gets in first, 12 damage. We'll get a double here. Well, now we're up to 25.
You are welcome, Ren. That's what we're here for.
Up to 40. Up to 51.
I think the only thing that could stop him now would be a miss menu.
$63. $75.
He might need another double, though.
$88.
He's debating, is he gonna try for the double, or is he gonna cast heal more? Is he gonna take the risk?
This is tough. This is tough.
Oh, he's gonna go with heal more.
He's gonna heal more. Now remember, he is, I believe, still at 88 damage. Now he's up to 103. $115.
This is gonna be tight. Full clinch mode here. Oh, that 16 was a nice roll.
$129. $144. So this next attack could do it. Either way, he's got. Either way, he's got this. And there we go. 158 takes it down.
And get your GGs out in chat, folks. NESCardinality takes down the Dragon Lord. We will get an official SRL time in just a few seconds.
And meanwhile, we still grinding on the blue dragons.
He's at level 15, so he is going for level 16.
And ladies and gentlemen in chat, get out your GGs. NESCardinality has finished in first place in the seed with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 23 seconds.
Looks like Thilotilo's done his grind. Looks like he is probably going to take a shot at it. We'll see if we get NES in here shortly for a post-game interview.
Indeed. And it looks like Tilo is pretty much going to take the same tack that NESCardinality did. Looks like he's going to grind to level 16 on the way down.
And their stats are basically going to be the exact same at the end of the game, so his odds of beating this are going to be the same as NESCard's was if he makes it down with all his resources. His might be better if he does not have to burn a heal more on the way down.
Yeah, but we all know that RNG has not really been kind to Tilo much of this seed. So we shall see what happens. And with that chime, I do believe we are joined by the victorious NESCardinality. NESCard, nicely done. GG, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, GG, man. That was a kind of a tough seed off the start, but you guys pulled her out.
Yeah, that was extremely difficult. Lots of hurt. I discovered 4 enemies with Dragon Lord Breath really early. They were all close to home, from Magician to Armored Knight. And I knew I was not surprised at all to see Armored Knights and Red Dragons and Charlock in a seed like this either.
No, not at all. It was... we noticed you pausing there when you had 48 HP and roughly, I think, somewhere around 40 MP. How tempted were you to go for that swing there?
I'm not about temptation. I'm all about lowering risk. And I did the calculation and realized that I had enough. I ended up winning with 1 attack to spare, so that gives you a good idea of the calculation I was going through. But yeah, I rolled a little bit above average after that, and if I had rolled average, I would have used the last attack. But the point is, I realized that I could burn a heal more and still was very likely to win. So I basically wanted to reduce the risk on that attack to 0, and that's what I did.
No, it was definitely the smart play. I mean, there was definitely no need to go for a risk there, get a bad roll, get a wipe, and then you don't know where you're going to be after that, right? So you definitely made the right call.
Yeah, I had to think about it pretty carefully. Like it was not, totally crystal clear. And theoretically, if I had rolled all minimums, I could have lost. But it was good enough. I didn't want to risk. I think it's 1 in 8 to take 48 damage there, and that's a little scary. And when I heal more, I was more than 7/8 to win. So that was pretty much all there was to it.
So what did you? So once you actually kind of got going with this seed a little bit, once you got out of that initial area with all the Dragon Lord 2 breath, what did you think of this?
It was really fun. I had a lot of interesting decisions to make, and I really hope that if anyone ever was wondering, like, what is NESCard doing right now, that they really think about it and realize that there was some very new strategy ideas here, some stuff that I rarely ever see before, and I've never done before. For example, grinding in Hawksness before I got Erdrick's armor. That was a big thing. Everything is about location in a seed like this where it's so hard to travel. And, if I had gone to Hawksness first, I would have had to go all the way down, right, and up to get there, and still would have had to go all the way back where I was to get to the Swamp Cave. And I realized, I'm going to have to grind somewhere at some point. So I might as well get the armor first and then get the coordinates, grind while I'm in Hawksness, and then go back for the armor when I'm close. And it worked out really well.
We actually have a question in chat from a couple of different users. They ask, why did you look at the coordinates 3 times at camp?
It was funny. I looked at them and I'm like, okay, I probably want to have to rescue Gwaelin, and I sort of did a double take. Wait a second, did that say 13 north? And I checked and it said, yeah, 13 north, and so I realized that was probably on the other island, even though it was really, really close, and turned out I was right. So I just, in a moment of paranoia, I double-checked just to make sure that I actually wrote down the right thing, and then it wasn't 13 south. And I couldn't tell you why I checked the 3rd time. That was paranoia on top of paranoia, I guess.
Well, when we first saw the coordinates, my first response was, oh, that's going to be right around Cole. I didn't exactly realize that Cole was on the same x-axis, more or less, as Tantagel. I thought Cole was a little bit higher, so yeah, good call on your part for probably recognizing that it was probably on the 2nd continent right away.
Yeah, I'll turn on my camera here and try to show you on the map. My drawing here, whoops, it's a little shaky, but there we go.
And Tilo just got his level 16 and is on the Dragon Lord floor and making his way for the Dragon Lord.
Oh, nice. So a similar strategy to get a level on the way down. That makes sense.
He hasn't had to blow a heal more yet, though, like you had to, so his odds of winning off the start are going to be a little bit better if he doesn't.
Okay. So yeah, we started here, and Cole is over here, and you can see on my map, like, it's a tiny bit lower, it's not higher, so I was pretty sure we would have to go to that other continent. And yeah, that's what ended up happening.
Melridger, to see the map, you would have to go to NESCardinality's channel.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't realize it wouldn't show up there. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry about that, guys.
Although CD Improv is trying to figure out maybe a recrop, so leave the map up a second if she can get this figured out.
Okay, I'll set up my camera for...
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, we're trying some new stuff here, folks. This is some new stuff going on. Looks like Tilo got in a rip-roaring of a fight with a golem and just made it out alive. He's burning a lot of his herbs, but he hasn't used the heal more yet.
And also, if you haven't watched NESCardinality play a Dragon Warrior Randomizer seed, I really suggest you go give this guy a follow and you watch him play the Dragon Warrior Randomizer races. His map-making skills are beyond anything I have ever personally seen.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I really feel like I have to capture all the details, or else I'll just worry about missing something in a corner or something. It's happened before, missing one little opening, and now, unless I've seen the wall, I leave a space, and I make sure that I check everything now.
Oh, and here we are. The map is up, folks.
Yep,
yeah,
and
so
there is the...
That's pretty detailed to me. I just draw a letter with a bunch of arrows going away.
A lot of people do that, and I'm glad it works for them. A lot of top racers use very minimal mapping, and as I say, I'm glad it works for them. I just, I'm so worried about either missing something or just thinking that I might have missed something and double-checking every wall that I haven't actually marked. So I pretty much... For myself, for my own peace of mind, I need to put in all the walls. But yeah, we started up here, and we had this snaky path to Hawksness, another snaky path to the mountain cave in Cole. I was kind of relieved when I saw that the mountain cave didn't have a key or the sword, because I got stopped by a red dragon very early, and it took me a long time to get back there. So the fact that there was nothing really useful there kind of worked in my favor, and then yeah, it was a very tough slog to get to the swamp cave and open up everything, including the very vital keys on the other side. But the real moment that I'm super proud of is going into the grave and, first of all, reopening the top 3 chests so that I could set up a gold grind, because I had just gotten keys. I wanted the 7 chests and 2 caves back at home in Garinham and Tentagel. And then actually making it to the very bottom, it actually turned out the sword was there, and that was so huge.
And now we have Thilotilo taking on the Dragon Lord.
And also worth noting here is Thilotilo did show a little-known strat there. He had forgotten to equip the Death Necklace before talking to the Dragon Lord, so he's like, you know what? I'm going to run away from Dragon Lord 1.
I totally did that in a race about 2 days ago. Same thing. I had high agility, and I'm like, okay, it's only the first form. We can probably run away easily, and I ran first try and put it on.
Yeah, and as that... Oh, go ahead.
Looks like Thilotilo's getting some good rolls. A lot of 14s, 15s, high rolls like that. Haven't really seen anything low, so I think he's probably got this in the bag, I'd say.
And then McGrew, the Dragon Warrior Randomizer creator, popping in a little-known fact as well, that you can actually equip the Death Necklace during the Dragon Lord 1 fight, and it'll then take effect during the Dragon Lord 2 fight.
Yeah, I've done that too. But yeah, it's best to conserve that first turn, obviously. So if you have high agility, you have the option to run away, and that's just great.
CD Improv, anybody got the count? 9, 8, us. No, just kidding. I think he's around 110 now, maybe 115.
Oh, I wasn't watching before, but I am now.
He's getting pretty low there, but I think he might be able to pull this out.
Yeah, he did enter the Dragon Lord fight with all resources intact, so he will have that one extra.
Down he goes. Get your GGs out in chat, folks, for Thilotilo. He has taken down the Dragon Lord and restored the Ball of Light.
And
Whoa.
the tracker showing that Dragon Lord 2 had 159 HP, which, if my math was right, you hit that right on the number. NESCard, your first fight.
You know, that sounds right. Again, I had one attack left, and I do remember hitting between 155 and 160. That sounds right.
Yeah, I'm darn near certain you hit that right on the number, because I was keeping count as we went. I think you hit it exactly for 159. So that, well done there.
All right, we'll see if we get Thilotilo in here to get his thoughts on this seed.
And do get out your GGs for Thilotilo. He has finished in the seed with a time of 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 20 seconds. Well done to Tilo.
Yeah, getting sub 2 hours on a seed like this is not often an easy feat. We were, I know I was pretty landlocked for a long time, and I was really nervous in the first. I think I had a 1,000 experience at like the 45-minute mark or somewhere around there. It's scary when you're way below your average in experience. You never know where your opponents are at and what it's going to be like.
Well, a quick number for you. Actually, Thilotilo found the keys 35 minutes after you did.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is hard to get over it. So, keys were very important. I did a gold grind for armor and shield right away. The fact if it was 35 minutes after and the gap was only 12 minutes, that means it was a really solid race for him otherwise.
Yeah, towards the beginning, he did more of a medium enemy grind. I think he grinded till 11 or 12 right around Charlock area.
Yeah, given how little I was finding, I was worried that he might do that. And as soon as I found wolves, I kept thinking to myself, why don't you just sit there and grind them? But I couldn't do it. I had to keep looking around and found so much empty space and so many red dragon walls. So grinding in this particular seed could turn out really well for someone.
And we are joined by Tilo. Tilo, nicely done, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
So, what did you think about this seed?
I thought the beginning was really frustrating. So, I went in knowing my odds against NESCard, just from my races against him, were about 10 to 15%. And so I tend to explore a little more than a lot of people do early on. And so that was my goal, is seeing, let's play to my strength and hope it works out. And this was not a seed where a lot of early exploration paid dividends, because everything valuable was on the second continent and that we were too weak to get there. So I knew I was behind after I did my exploration and found out it was completely fruitless. And then after that, I was trying to find places to grind, and no matter what I found, there was something that just completely destroyed my plans. I was grinding, doing a great job with the Wraith Knights and Demon Knights, and then suddenly the Wizards showed up with everything, and I couldn't get away from them. I thought I was doing well with the Rogue Scorpions, and then they started throwing breath at me. It just, every place I went, everything I tried just seemed to fail miserably. And so it was pretty frustrating start to the seed, because I tried to pull out everything I had in my bag of tricks and nothing seemed to work.
Quick question, Tilo, because this was mentioned in chat. Towards the beginning of the game, you got wiped right before you saw where Garingham was, and then it took you a while to go back to get a copper sword. Did you know the town was there when you wiped, or did you not catch a glimpse of it?
I knew that it was there, but I also didn't know how many zones I'd gone through at that point and what the monsters in those zones were. And I had already killed one Drakey, and I have had enough seeds where I have tried to hold onto that gold and gone, and then that ended up being Hawksness, or it ended up having a bamboo pole or no weapons at all, and it just, I thought that I was risking too much in trying to get down there rapidly to make it. I think I was afraid I'd lose too much time in that, and I've fallen behind in a lot of seeds by trying that exact tactic. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to put that on the back burner. I know it's there. I'll try to make my dive down as soon as I get enough strength or enough something to help me get down there. And when I got there, I had 180 gold for the copper sword, which was the best weapon there. So it didn't end up biting me too badly, except it slowed my grinding down at the very beginning.
Another question, actually, I see in chat. What was the strat?
Go ahead.
What was the strat behind leaving the grave and going back later to check the bottom chests?
So I jumped into the grave to check the top chest to see if there was a sword there. I also knew that I still had the treasury in the castle. I knew there was a tablet cave hiding somewhere. I knew there was Garenham, and so I didn't necessarily want to dive grave, so I was hoping I'd get the sword there. But then, after that, I knew I had so much on the second continent to explore, and the risk of dying or finding, enough things down there to send me home was going to be problematic. So my idea was, well, I know I have to get coordinates, and I need to either find the staff cave or the jerk cave, or I need to find the tablet cave to know that those are behind the castle in Garenham. So, and then I said, well, I also know there's a silver shield sitting in Garenham, so I'm going to make the grave my last stop after I get everything, and dive there, hope to get to the bottom, and if not, die and take a death warp and check all those other chests. So if I'd gone all the way to the bottom of Garenham at that point, I was too afraid that I was going to end up going back and setting myself back even further. So I said, let's just sweep the whole second continent first before I make that risky dive.
Thank you, good sir.
Yeah, that's a real good explanation, because when you first bailed on the grave after finding the first 3 chests, I think pretty much everybody understood your thinking there, and that you needed to save some time, and why do I check the bottom of the grave? But after having you explain it, it makes perfect sense. Your decision to go back into the grave, I should say, makes perfect sense. So yeah, nice.
Can't say I would have went back in, to be honest. That would have cost me a seed, I figure.
Yeah, I wouldn't have went back in. And then I would have dove Charlock Treasury, and I would have forfeited the race because the sword wasn't there.
Well, certainly if I had died on that descent, I would never have gone back. I would have gone into the castle, I would have cleared the treasury, I would have gone checked the vanilla chest, and then I would have been very frustrated. So I'm fortunate I got to the bottom in pretty good shape.
All right, so NESCardinality, do you guys have any final comments on this seed before we hand it off to another race that's going?
Just that it was as hard as it looks. There's a reason that I was such low experience for such a long time. It was difficult to claw my way forward. A good race seed, but it almost doesn't seem right to have something so difficult so early in the tournament, but that's the nature of Randomizer. Anything can happen at any time.
Says the one that was commentating the very first race of the tournament that went 2.5 hours to get a winning.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, it was a treat as a spectator. I don't know what it was. I can't imagine what it was like for the players.
Z-Man's not really willing to give any sympathy for this one.
Yeah.
No, none.
Yeah, I expected to lose. I was hoping to at least make it close for the viewers, but I felt pretty early on this is a disaster, and I'm glad I was at least thinking of diving when he finished, and it wasn't worse than that. But still, I had fun. I'm looking forward to next week. Ordinarily, okay, I'm 0-1, so maybe things will be better next week, but that means I might get matched up against, Zarnax or JJ Schmidt, and those aren't exactly matchups I would be super excited to get to put me in, playing for my life the rest of the tournament. So we'll see how it goes. This is just an amazing tournament with so many amazing players, and it's going to be a brutal Swiss round.
I think so too.
All right, well, with that, thank you very much to NESCardinality and to Thilotilo. Very nicely done. All right, so what do we have coming up here in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament? Well, tomorrow we have 3 races. We have Janus Zeal 6 versus Lorgon 111. That is going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We do not currently have a restream set up for that, but I'm sure it'll be around somewhere, hopefully. And then tomorrow night, we actually have 2 more races, both of which will be restreamed here on RPG Limit Break. We have Lord of the Synth versus Ryguy 3745 do my math, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Angel FM versus the Seawolf 1. Again, both of those will be here on RPG Limit Break. But very shortly, we're going to sign off and we're going to go over to Randomania 2 to catch 2 races currently in action. Centroid 41 versus Fury SK and Ferran Burgundy versus BASP 33. But before we do that, Hangry, do you have any last comments or about the seed before we get out of here?
No, it was a wicked race to commentate. I enjoyed it very much. Always a pleasure to be in the booth with a fellow like yourself, and thanks to all the viewers. Remember to give these runners a follow because they put on one heck of a show, and I think this is going to be one heck of a great tournament coming up.
Yeah, indeed it is. And real quick, before we get out of here, I do want to again extend a very hearty thank you to our tracker up to NG and our restreamer CD Improv, who, by the way, will also be doing both restreams on RPG Limit Break tomorrow. We thank her for her yeoman's work getting so many of these racers and races restreamed. But for now, I think it is time to send us off to Randomania 2 to catch Centroid 41 versus Fury SK and Ferran Burgundy versus BAPS 33, already in progress. For the tracker up to NG, for the restreamer CD Improv, for my fellow commentator, the Hangry Canuck, I am Z-Man 050778. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night, and I will see you on Randomania 2.